fireworks.
Hey, dig this, old man.
Beat it! You get out of here!
Stuff went right down his pipes.
The guy's crazy enough as it is, man.
Hey, then he's got nothing to lose, man. $5.
Ain't nothing happened.
Split! Get me out of here.
Done it this time. You bum. You drunk. You shot my boy. You shot my son. Mr. Richter, a retired police officer, charged that the boys had harassed him constantly. They made my life a living hell. They made his life a living hell. What about him? I mean, ask anybody around there. He's an old drunk.
Mrs. Gideon, this case won't be decided in the papers.
It will be if we don't do something about it. Now, those kids didn't do nothing normal kids don't do. He was the problem. Drunk. 24 hours a day.
Well, that may be,
I need help. Now, he was the one with the gun. He threatened them before with it. But this thing is getting all turned around like it was Thomas's fault.
I think the first thing we must do, Miss Gideon, is find some evidence.
I told you what I could. Thomas didn't have no gun. The old man did the shooting. He shot my boy. Now you do something about it.
Don't worry, Mrs. Gideon. We'll do everything we can.
You do more than that. You get my boy off.
Sure, I knew they had firecrackers. I'm not blind, you know. But that one kid, he had a gun. He had a gun and he was walking towards me. He used the firecrackers for cover. What was I supposed to do?
Okay, Evie, we know that. You said that. But what we want to know is why.
What do you mean, why?
What was his motive?
Motive? Motive. Why does he have to have a motive? Just a street kid. I dealt with them punks for years.
Look, Evie, we know.
Maybe he was bored. Maybe one of his buddies offered him $5 to off the old man. Maybe he had one last shell left over from his last stick-up.
Take it easy, Evie, okay? We're just trying to help you out here, all right?
You want to help? You treat me like I'm some murderer. I got a gun. I got a permit. I protect myself. You want to help me? Get off my back and find the gun that kid was going to blow my head off with.
Evie, the other boys testified that none of them was packing.
Well, what do you expect them to say? The kid had a gun. I saw it. He was coming towards me, and he was going to use it.
Then why can't we find it, Evie?
Hey, use your damn head. He wasn't alone, right?
Yeah, right.
Where'd you get those kids from, Hargrove? You were never that green.
Thanks to you, Evie.
You believe believe me, don't you, Dick?
Enough to do what I can to prove you right.
Do me a favor, will you? You take the case.
I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate that.
Need a ride home?
No.
Detective! Detective Hargrove! I'm really glad I caught you, Detective.
Me too, Miss Taylor. What can I do for you?
Well, actually, it's just a little favor, really.
Mm-hmm. How little?
Well, T.S. and I have been asked to help out the lady whose son was shot on Sycamore last night.
Thomas, Gideon.
Oh, you heard about it?
Actually, I read about it, Miss Taylor. I'm not on this case.
Darn. Just my luck. I sure wish I knew more people around here. It would make things a lot easier.
Yeah.
I really hate to bother you.
Go ahead, Miss Taylor.
Well, I was hoping to get a look at those depositions that you took last night.
I'll see what I can do.
Mind if I walk with you? It's really strange, isn't it?
What's that?
I mean, how they can't find Thomas's gun.
Not when you consider he had 4 of his friends with him.
So you think there was a gun?
I think there was a bunch of punks threatening an old man, and he got frightened.
I don't suppose you think that just because the old man is a retired cop, do you, Detective?
Just because he's a retired cop does not mean he's either senile or stupid. If he knew what he was doing.
Then why'd he pull the trigger on an unarmed kid?
Allegedly unarmed.
I'm sorry, Detective. Always seem to forget that. Why'd he pull the trigger on an allegedly unarmed kid?
He knew what he was doing.
Oh, I'm sure E.V. appreciates your confidence in him, Detective.
Why don't you take a seat, Miss Taylor, and I'll see if I can find those depositions for you.
Just one more question, though, Detective.
What's that, Miss Taylor?
E.V. Richter wouldn't happen to be a friend of yours, would he?
As a matter of fact, he is a friend of mine.
Detective Hargrove.
Yes, Miss Taylor.
I just wanted to say, it's always nice to have a friend like you when you're new in town.
So after you was hit, you blanked out.
Yeah, that's right.
And you don't remember anything that happened after that?
Not till I got to the hospital.
Okay, Thomas, one more question, and it's very important. Did you have a gun with you that night?
No.
Did any of your friends have a gun with them that night?
No way.
I told you that. The only one that had a gun was that old drunk.
Just had to be sure. Thomas, you know the only way we can defend you is that you tell us the truth, all of it.
Hey, I don't got nothing to hide.
Okay. Are the boys here?
They're downstairs. Thomas is not a liar, Mr. Turner.
I really want to believe that, ma'am. Good day.
Man, you mean was Thomas packing?
Were any of you dudes packing that night? Let me try to explain to you guys how the law works. Whatever you do, you got to tell the truth. If you're wrong, and you'll get what you deserve. But if you're right, no matter what's stacked against you, everything will come out on top.
Says who?
Says me. I was in jail once, but I was innocent. And the law finally found out I was telling the truth.
But you still did time, though.
I could have did a lot more.
Listen, Thomas wasn't packing no gun. The old man, he had a gun. He's the one that should be doing time.
That's what we got to prove.
So do it then. We're here to tell you here and now. Thomas didn't have a gun.
I told you, T.S.
E.V. Richter, better known as SWAT to his buddies on the force. Retired 4 years ago.
This guy's got more commendations than a cod's got scales. Fish joke.
It's true. Well, anyway, that don't prove nothing. Says here he lives alone, got one estranged son, and makes due on the cop's pension.
What about this? It says here he's got 3 complaints for public drunkenness. No convictions.
Should that come as a surprise?
Maybe we can subpoena the arresting officers.
Yeah, and maybe your Honda really a jag in disguise.
Look, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, But do you have a better idea?
Yeah. We find the gun and get it fingerprinted.
And what if there wasn't one?
There was.
Jeremy, that's not what Mr. Richter testified.
He's a cop. What do you expect?
Jeremy, the fact that Mr. Richter is a retired policeman is no reason to suspect him.
That's why I came here, to tell you. I saw him do it. Do you want to listen to me or not?
Where were you?
We were in the alley behind his house, just shooting off firecrackers. Then Thomas runs towards his house with one, and the old guy opens the window and bang, shoots him. We all took off different directions. I went around the fence around next door.
To the right of the house?
That's right. And I saw the old guy come out of the house.
What'd he do?
He kicked Thomas a little bit, then he lifted him and reached into his pocket.
Thomas's pocket?
No, his own, the old man's.
Then what?
Then, when he went into the house to call the cops, I jumped over the fence to check out what was going on.
Wait a minute. You was in the backyard with Thomas before the police and ambulance came.
And I touched him because I thought he was dead. He wasn't, so I tried to say something to him, but he was out cold. And then I heard the sirens.
So you ran?
No. I rolled him over and I found it there under him.
What did you find, Jeremy?
The piece. The old man put it there.
So what happened to it? Why didn't the police find it?
I took it.
You what?
I took it, all right. I took it. Thomas didn't have no gun. That old guy put it there. Look at all this stuff coming down now, just because that old guy said there was a piece there. Imagine what would have happened if they found it on Thomas. He'd be in jail right now.
Jeremy, you removed evidence from the scene of the crime.
It wasn't evidence. It was a plant. The old guy put it there.
Wait a minute. Now that we know what you were doing that night, where's the gun?
I don't have it.
What did you do with it?
I gave it to somebody.
Somebody like who?
Thomas's mother.
Thomas never owned this or any other gun.
That's not the point, Audrey. You were withholding evidence.
The point is that it's my son we're talking about, and that is not his gun. And I'm not going to watch him go to jail for it.
If he's innocent, he won't.
You were innocent and you went to jail.
But we have witnesses.
You got a bunch of kids who've been in trouble with the law since they could walk. You got a retired cop who said my son had a gun. So you know what you got? You got nothing.
She doesn't trust us, T.S.
Can you blame her? She knows what we need, and she knows we don't have it.
Yeah, well, I know what I don't need, and you're holding it in your hand.
So, what you want me to do? Lose it?
If I'm supposed to be defending this kid, that thing doesn't do anything for his case. So I can't know about it.
Hey, I know what to do.
Nice bunch of kids. Suspected assault, suspected B&E, petty theft.
How many of those were sworn out by your guy?
We're not talking about your average citizen here, Turner. Richter's a veteran cop. If he says he saw a gun, he saw a gun. It's just a matter of finding it. It's dollars to donuts, these. Which one of them had it?
Does it make a difference, detective?
Well, one way or another, we're gonna find out whose gun this is. Now, I know what you're thinking, Turner. The Richter's got what? 5 years to look forward to? That's the average life expectancy of a retired cop. Sleeping with a gun under his pillow and nothing but a bunch of punks to keep him company at night.
I get the point, but it wasn't one of those kids. It was Thomas's mother.
Yes, you see this? The papers sure are having fun with this one.
Yeah, so did you talk to Miss Gideon?
Yeah, Hargrove had her down to the station for questioning. Looks like they're gonna charge her with withholding evidence.
Can we do anything?
Don't need to. She says she's getting a public defender to handle her case. Says that she spent all her money on us already.
I just did what I had to do.
Yeah, I know. But now they've got everything they need and we're stuck with nothing.
It was dark out.
You said you saw a gun, E.V. Is that it?
Yes. I think it is.
Bet you had a little nip that night, didn't you, Swat?
I wasn't drunk.
This kid couldn't have been more than, what, 15, 20 feet away from you when you shot him?
Okay. That's the one.
Hasn't been fired in a while, according to ballistics.
Yeah, but it was loaded, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Couldn't lift the print, though. We tried.
Yeah, maybe he was lying on it.
Okay, Evie.
So I can go?
As long as you told me everything you know.
Yeah.
Keep in touch, Evie. I might want to talk to you again.
Yeah, if I had anywhere to go, I'd be there right now.
Take care, Evie.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Come on, Red. Come on. Stick it out there. Stick
I
hit.
want you to come with me.
Give me a minute, detective.
Now. Those kids really get you, don't they, Swat?
They're not kids, Hargrove. They're carrying knives, guns, doing dope, with sawed-off hoods, and worse.
Yeah, I know. It's getting bad out there.
What did you know? You're inside. You got a desk job. I got retirement on a pension.
How about your kid? Seen him lately?
Jimmy? Not in a couple of years. What's that?
Could be a TV.
Sounded like rounds going off. Whole neighborhood's gone to pot. A couple of years ago, they offed some grandma. Right down the street there. For $15. Young girl was raped. Those are rounds.
I don't hear anything, Swat.
You going deaf, Hargrove? I can hear gunfire out there. You don't know what it's like. They take over at night. Neighbors can't do nothing. Cops can't do nothing. You just lock your doors and hope you make it till morning. It's coming from the back of the house.
What's that, Evie?
What are you trying to do to me, Hargrove? They're out there. Now, you're a cop. You do something. I know they're out there. Hargrove? What's going on here? I know they're out there. I can hear them moving through the grass. Listen! You hear? That's no damn TV. Not tonight. Tonight we're moving in to finish it off. Hargrove? Now I can see them. You see them? See them there. Hargrove, you gotta help me here. It's too late. Out here. I can feel them. They're coming in right now. Hargrove, oh God!
It was his drop piece. In the old days, the guys would keep him in case he got involved in a shooting they couldn't justify. I remembered EV had one just before he retired. Should have been in the evidence room. When it wasn't, I figured maybe he took it back.
How'd you know it was his?
I ran a ballistics test on the piece Turner gave me. He planted his old drop piece on the kid after he shot him with a revolver he kept under his pillow.
You know, Detective, you was the only one that knew he had a drop piece. You could have kept quiet about it.
You could have too, Turner.
Thomas and his mother are off, so I guess we have a happy ending, huh, boys?
Guess it's all the same to the SWAT if he lives out what he's got left in rehab. Nothing's changed. He's still lonely, still bored, still scared.
You did the best you could, Detective.
You think so, Turner?
Hey, you saved an innocent kid from going to jail.
So I guess justice was served.
What else have we got? What's up, Hargrove?
I was just thinking, I hope someday somebody does a little more for me than I did for SWAT.